Let's remove that one. Here we go. Howdy, y'all.
Hi.
Enjoy that long intro. Well, so I wanted to do that intro. I wanted to show just immediately what a great guy Myrtle is and all the work that he's done composing these pieces for people in Fish Fam. And you're muted, Myrtle. I believe. Yeah, you are muted.
Yes.
Still muted. And I can't unmute you.
No. Patrick wants you to replay the song.
Replay the song. Let's see.
Oh, he lost sound. He's
Huh?
gonna come back.
Oh, okay. There we go. Well, good start. Technical difficulties. That's funny because we were back here for 20 minutes and all was good. And
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
yes, perfect.
All right, there we go. It muted me for just a second.
Yeah, if y'all are here just to like wait for the Snello thing, then come back in an hour, I guess, if that's important to you.
Oh.
To see who, yeah, because good Lord. All right. So
But we have the Snello.
We do, yeah, we do. But that's for later. It's gotta spend some time defrosting as well. Okay.
Just to marinate in there.
All right, so we've got the amazing, wonderful Myrtle Singh with us. Now, if you missed his Focus On with Rico Stan, he had that a couple of months ago where Rico talked to him about just his personal life, the man behind the music. So today we're going to be talking about the fish keeper behind the music and the plant keeper behind the music. So let's just start with this dorm room tank. What you got in there?
Sure. Let's bring that up closer so you guys can see it.
All right.
All right. So what I've got here is just a basic 5-gallon. It's got an alien betta in there. I think he's hiding, as he usually does. But it's got a piece of driftwood in there and a whole bunch of. Oh, there you can see the betta now. It's got about 14 to 16 species of plants. Kind of move this without moving the camera too fast. And the betta went into hiding again, but he usually sneaks out in the back in the night, so you're not going to see him much. Eco complete for gravel, no CO2, just a cheap Nike light. The heater's acting up, so I'm getting another one in a few days. But other than that, it's just a low tech, no CO2, 5-gallon.
Nice. So all you got there is the alien betta, or is there any tank mates?
Just the alien betta and some pest snails and Malaysian trumpets. That's it. Nothing much.
Of course, you gotta have those.
Yeah. They find
does the betta have a name?
Not yet. There was a betta in here that I had for a while before this one. His name was Ludwig, like Ludwig van Beethoven. Mm-hmm. But there was a pinky-sized hole that I swear he found. I didn't see him jump. The next day I came in to feed him, and there was no betta. So that one was named Ludwig. It was one of the bettas that I had that jumped before this. He was a plakat as well. I did not realize that this plakat would be faster than the other one because that hole would need a lot of velocity to escape through. But yeah, this one doesn't have a name. That one. Open so,
we just got a $9.99 super chat from Leo209 Aquatics, who awesome. Is looking for a name idea. Thank you, Leo, for the super chat. Looking for a name for his copper alien betta that he's getting from KG Tropicals. He already has another alien betta named Greedo, is a green alien, and now he's got a copper one. So let the Fish Fam brainstorm that.
Is Greedo Star Wars related?
Greedo shot first.
So does he need another like complimentary Star Wars name, like a
Han.
C-3PO?
Well, C-3PO is like copper colored, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gold. That would just work. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just call him 3PO.
Ooh, that's a good name. Yeah, 3PO.
So do you have CO2 on your tanks at home?
When I had the garage fishing running, I did have CO2, but not in the 30 gallon that I have right now. I gave away all the CO2 equipment. Well, I sold the CO2 equipment. No CO2 right now, keeping so that all the plants grow slowly, not too fast.
Right, because you get to see that tank how often now when you're in school?
2 days a week at most. Usually it's 1 day if I have something. If I have a day of work over the weekend, so it turns into 1 day or 2 days a week. So it's a quick trim, water change, wipe down the glass, see if things exploding or anything.
Yep, high maintenance with them stem plants.
So do you take your betta home with you whenever you go on like winter break or spring break and you're gone for more than a weekend?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't had a tank in my dorm last year, so this is the first time I'm doing it in a while. So, but I do take him home over winter break. This past spring break, I took him home for that week as well because they shut off the air conditioning and the heater wasn't in the tank at that time. So I did not know how cold the room would get, so I took the tank with me.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to move. I just drain the water down and then into a bucket. I keep the water and then the better comes in a cup, a bag in a cup.
Mm-hmm. And so you at home you have a 29. Is that what you film all of your for all of your songs? Is that 29 gallon?
That one's a 29. Yep. Everything that I've filmed so far is on that 29 gallon. That one has guppies. What else does it have? Harlequin Wars. 7 autosynchronous. You only see one though.
Yeah.
Snails. And it used to have shrimp in there, but then when I let the guppies explode, I didn't have enough plant cover back then, so the shrimp got eaten away.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really into that line of shrimp anyways. I was trying to get them back to wild state, but they were just throwing spriddles and everything, so that wasn't.
So let's look at the plants in here. I can see it looks like some alternate Ranechii. I see the tiger lotus.
Yep.
And is that Pogo stellatus?
Where are you talking? The left, right?
What's on the left?
On the left, that's a stem of Ludwigia x lacustris, which is a hybrid between Brevipes and one other plant. I think it's Palestris. It's a hybrid between one of the two. Behind the Ludwigia, let's see if I can get closer. That's a new. It's a new plant I got, Crypt Parva. I had it a long time ago, but this is a new plant, so it's still in submerged state. Then we got in front of it Mayaca fluviatilis, stargrass at the very right, and then next to that we have 1/6 stem of Amania gracilis. What else? That small thing next to right here in the center, that's Hygrophila corymbosa angustifolia. I just have it growing really small because it looks nice that way. That green stem in the center, roughly, that's Pogostem and Dasen. Let's see. Cryptolucens, the big thing. This is a Rotala rotundifolia Ceylon pink. Bacopa coloratus floating in the back. Some Java fern species in the corner over there. Lobelia cardinalis is in the very back. And there's one or two other species. I can't remember if I have them still or not in this tank, or if they're at home. But yeah, this is just a whole bunch of plants that I took out from that 29 gallon. And then some extras.
I just love that there's like every plant. It's like the plant collectoritis. Like I got a stem of this, a stem of that.
Yeah. Yep. I have to make sure that I don't lose any of them. I have lost enough plant species so far. So. Yeah.
So do you prefer stem plants?
I
There's
don't.
A lot of stems in there.
I prefer rhizomes. They look better, but stems come cheaper. You can buy more stems.
And you can make more of them.
Yeah, you can get more of them for the same price. Like all of these, I got $1 a stem. most of the species of stem plants they have, they come in a bucket stand. You only need to buy one stem to get the thing grown. So
Yeah.
$10 gives you 10 species. And if you want to get into crypts, they're like $8, $10, $15 per plant, and it grows slowly.
Yeah,
So,
right.
yeah.
And you're not going to propagate crypts that fast.
Yep. Unless
But
you
it's
give
just
them a whole lot of root fertilization. And,
yeah. That's a really impressive assortment of plants, though, for non-CO2 injection.
yeah.
And it
The
looks
only
good.
reason it's working is because they were pampered in my 29-gallon for a while. They had 2 night view lights on them, so it was pretty bright light, and Fubostratum and enough detritus, 7 years worth of detritus in that tank, because that tank's been running for 9 years with a reset 2 years in. They had other fish in there originally, but the detritus has been there the whole time. So 9 years worth, 7 years of detritus has really helped.
Yeah. Yep. So thank you, Bob Kaler, for the $4.99 super sticker.
Thanks, Bob.
And Annette would like to know, do you have mermaid weed? She's really looking for mermaid weed.
I don't have mermaid weed. That's the myriophyllum, right?
That's a what?
Myriophyllum, MYRIO.
I think so. Hold
Yeah,
on.
I don't have. It goes way too fast for me, so I don't have that in my show tank. I used to have it when I had the fish room going. Used it like guppy grass, just floating up top, but it grows really fast if you have it.
Proserpinaca. Oh, I just googled mermaid weed, and that's the first thing that came up. Proserpinaca palustris. I don't know if I know what that is.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name either. I'm gonna hold this down so I can. Hold on. There we go. Can you see the tank better now, or is it worse? Well, that's down. I have to move it
It's
back.
fine.
There we go. That's fine.
Just saw more of the substrate. Nice deep.
Kelly.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go, Kelly. Yeah, so I probably butchered the.
Oh, that one. I never know the name when I hear it. When I read it out loud, yeah, I don't have that either. Used to have it. That also goes fast, though, doesn't it?
Anything with weed in it is probably
Yeah.
going to grow fast.
Mhm.
Duckweed,
Yeah, probably.
Yep, the fine
pearl
weed.
weed.
Yep, pearl weed doesn't do well for me when I get it online. So it used to do well, not without CO2.
Do you need pearl weed?
Does it look like I have space for pearl weed in there?
Yeah, I could give you a giant clump that would block out every bit of light.
Yeah, pearl weed
in there.
floats.
Yeah,
float
great.
nice.
Do you have any floating plants?
A bit of duckweed, if you can see up there. That's about it.
Oh, I could give you some more duckweed.
Oh, I've got duckweed for days at the 29-gallon. That's the only way I don't have to do big water changes. I just let the whole top be covered with an inch of duckweed. I pull out 2 pounds about every month.
Well, I know there is a lady named Mystery Snail Guardians who just loves duckweed. She likes all floating plants because she's got some goldfish that would love to munch on some duckweed.
Well, Annette, let me know if you ever need some duckweed. When I pull them out, I'll save it for you.
Super chat from Liquid Zoo. Thank you, Matt. $10 super chat that says weed. And then super sticker from Joe Stan.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Joe Stan.
People looking for duckweed. I thought I wanted duckweed. Now I have duckweed, and like there's some weeks where I don't feel like maintaining it.
Yep. I mean, look at this. I wiped this table 5 minutes ago for the stream. There's duckweed right there. There's duckweed in that corner again. There's duckweed there.
I bet it's on your hands too.
Well, I put the coat on, so before that, there's probably duckweed inside the coat now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say how I love that you've got the coat over the what the fish shirt.
Yeah.
I mean that's the classiest look I've ever seen.
Gives a professional look to the t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Super sticker from Lady Diane. Thank you very much.
And
Do not smoke Ludwig is okay.
Is there a particular reason why you can't?
I don't know. I don't know if there's any problem with eating Ludwigia. It is an herbaceous plant, but that doesn't mean you can eat it.
I wonder if there's some that you can't eat because I've had that on the poll. Certain plants.
Yeah.
You can
People
definitely eat
don't want us
bacopus,
to eat plants.
some limnophilas. Limnophylla you can eat. You can eat most bacopus.
Yeah.
What else is there? Duckweed, you can eat that for sure. You can eat
Interesting.
Anubias, I've heard.
We have plenty of duckweed to eat, but people want us to eat Snello.
Oh yeah, if you put
yeah.
plants and then you put like any kind of fish food on the poll, that's what you're gonna get.
The win, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you vote in the poll?
I'm not a member. I don't know if I can
Oh.
vote. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a members poll.
Oh, but would you have voted for Snello?
I would have voted for the plants because I know plants taste much better than Snello.
Plants were not on the menu this time.
Oh.
It was all snail food. It was everything from the Mystery Snail Guardians kit. So I had calcium chips, snail cookie, and Snello. I think those are the only three.
I would have gone for the calcium chip because once you bite into it and it kind of powderizes in your mouth, you can just take a swig of water, get all that taste out. And calcium carbonate doesn't really taste that bad. I don't think it does. Basically an eggshell.
Well, it's like an edible calcium chip for snails. I think it's got other stuff in it, but probably mostly very chalky.
Yeah, the calcium, even if there were other additives, the calcium would overtake the taste because of its chalkiness.
So it's just like conversation hearts.
Yep,
maybe
without the sugar.
Well, I got plenty of those too. And then Peplin, I ordered mystery snails from Foxy, and Peplin included a bunch of random snacks in the package too.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite though is like these California blackworms algae wafers that none of the fish will eat. So he just sent a bunch to me. Don't buy these.
I like how you put labels on everything. Chef's choice. Yeah, don't buy those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he expect you to just eat them? Like not even for?
Yeah, it's not for the snails. Like because he sent other stuff. I mean, he sent krill flake, which I guess snails would be fine with. But like, what about Daphnia powder? That's probably not for snails, right? And
no, that's probably for fish.
It says eat with liquid. So yeah, I think that's for me. Are you?
Well, maybe he's telling the fish to eat it with liquids. Don't give it to your fish just dry. Don't take your fish out of the water and try to feed it to them with a spoon.
Don't spoon it to your fish.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Or you could put it into your coffee, a spoonful of Daphnia.
All right. So what's your favorite plant in there?
Favorite plant in there? Let's see. For the look, it's got to be Mayaca fluviatilis. There's no plant that looks like that one. The white line in the center.
Oh, yeah.
And it grows pretty easy.
Nice. I don't think I have that one.
I thought you had some that you got with some shrimp one time, like in the bag for them to hang on to.
I thought it was at first, but I think it is just Anacris, yeah.
Well, if you ever need some, let me know. I'll just send you some in the box.
Okay.
With other plants and trimmings.
Mm-hmm. I'm finally getting my super red Ludwigia to do something. I had so much trouble with that at first.
Interesting. Was it in CO2?
It is now.
It is now.
Yeah. And the whole thing is red. It's just like, I guess the different sources I was getting it from were grown in so different water that it just would not convert. Like the stem would just go bare before it would
grow anything.
Yeah.
I have in the videos you can see I've got a whole bunch of it. It's growing in a very dim lit part of the tank, and no CO2. It grows like mad, and it's deeper. It's a deeper red than anything you see in this lily over here. It's a very deep red. It's probably Probably the conversion process. Did you bury it straight into the substrate right when you got it?
Yeah, didn't float
Ludwig
it.
doesn't like that.
Yeah, they like to
That
be floated.
specific Ludwig, yeah, that thing.
Really? Okay, well that's good to know. If I get more of it, man, what was the other one that the other Ludwigia that I got? I remember you were talking about how you had it in your 29 and then it got shaded for a little bit and then
Oh
it
yeah,
disappeared.
Ludwigia inclinata red. Yep.
Yeah, guess what happened to mine?
It faded away.
Yeah, because I let the
Yeah.
Limnophila aromatica take over a little bit, and it started overshadowing it. But that's fine. That plant was way too fussy. The aromatica looks much better.
It does, yeah. Even if you give it CO2, the aromatic is going to look way better than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. We don't need to keep holding your camera up to the tank.
All right.
Thanks for giving us a close up though, because it literally does look amazing. I love that just a collectoritis assortment of plants.
Yep. I've got 50 species in the 29 over there, so this is nothing compared to that one.
Yep.
All right, switching over in just a sec.
Alrighty.
Did you see this comment, Stephen?
Those plastic screw-on caps fit 2-liter bottle and airline tubing. They are great for DY. Oh yeah, Foxy told me that. She sent these little caps, and I was like, "What are these for?" But yeah, of course, they perfect size for a 2-liter bottle, and you can drain some brine shrimp.
Right. What about the caps now?
These when I ordered mystery snails from Foxy, they include a bunch of random stuff, mostly fish foods, but these little caps. If I had a brine, like for a brine shrimp hatchery, stuff like that.
Awesome.
Alrighty. So the 29, so the guppy strain you're working on, are you like actively trying to get it pure, or are you just letting whatever happens happen?
I'm letting whatever happens happen, except for taking the deformity fish out. They don't go into a cull tank right now, but I do drive them over to my LFS, and they use it to feed their turtles right now. Turtles and oscars, they use the culls for that. But I don't cull anything for decorative purposes anymore. I just cull them for genetic deformities and all that stuff.
Okay. Yep. I'm kind of the same way. With the mosh pit, but it's not like can get something pure out of the mosh pit.
Yeah. But that's the benefit of a mosh pit. You get variety. You can get one of everything in there eventually.
Yep. All the colors. Mm-hmm. So, do you sell those guppies to the fish store, or so you never really get overrun with them? They kind of self-regulate.
Yep. They eat the babies if there's too much. I cut down on the feed. I tell my parents to cut down on the feeding if the line gets too dense.
Yep, exactly. That's why I tell people, like, stop worrying about it. They're not going to like overpopulate to the point where they can't live. They will.
Yep. They know. Yep. They like eating their babies enough that if you slow down on the food, they'll munch down on their own babies. Like they'll give birth and 10 seconds later they'll go back and eat their own fish that they just gave birth to.
Yep, because they're still wigglers. They can't even free swim around. So. Yeah, even in the densely planted stuff like that, like there's still definitely some room for them to grow, but also if there's too many and they start hunting, platies help too. I got platies in mine. I watch the platies hunt at night, and they're very efficient. Yeah, Kelly loves live bears. That's what she secretly wants. That's going to be her 4th tank as a mosh pit.
No, she's gonna take all the rainbows out eventually. She's gotten over the rainbows. She's gonna turn it into a live bear tank.
Yeah.
Or maybe she'll turn it into a pleco breeding tank.
But imagine what all those with the swords that she has.
Yeah. Well, she's already got the food in there for him.
Yeah.
Just let him go to town on those swords.
Yep, swords and the big leaf crypts that she has.
So Joe Stan is asking, do you have purples? Do you have purples in your guppy tank?
No, I only have blues and oranges, but the blues are dominating right now because I used to call the oranges out heavily. So that's why the blues got into such a large number, because blue is a recessive gene.
Yeah.
So if I started out with orange, I'd never get to blue. So that's why every time I saw an orange in the beginning of the 7 years that I've been working on this line, I would take the oranges out. But now I've been letting the oranges come back in. Even though there were no oranges in the tank, the genes somehow still will find a way. So now it's about 80-20, 20% orange, 80% blue. I'm going to try to get it up to 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think the orange is going to take over? Because aren't
Definitely.
the reds and oranges a little bit more aggressive genes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red, orange, I think yellow as well.
Yeah, the blue is recessive. White, I think it's like equally recessive. And then of course, we had some of those like Inler hybrids in our tank, and so it did not take but like a generation for you to start getting the wild patterns. And
wild type comes in really fast. Yeah, if you put in a wild type.
All it takes is one, and they will fertilize every female in there.
Yeah.
So I've got the plant farm going, and that's where I put those now. And then if anybody wants them, they are free plus shipping.
Yeah. But in that one thing you have, you won't stand a chance with putting blues in there. They're gonna put them in. When they die, you're not gonna see that blue gene again.
Yep. So that's why aggressively I've been taking out the yellows and all the wild patterns. There are some like reds and oranges in there, but like I'm watching the mosh pit a lot more carefully now, just because I got all those nice guppies. So I want to make sure that I get something out of them. What would I even do with an Oscar? Kelly asked.
There's no end to the possibilities.
Well, how do you feel about cichlids?
I like the look of them. I don't like to keep them that much. I have bred some of the African cichlids. South American cichlids I would prefer over the Africans, but I prefer nanofish more than I do cichlids. Multis are the exception to that. Multis, if I had to choose between a planet tank and a multi tank, I'd choose a multi tank. But even then, cichlids don't do that much. They don't do that for me. That nanofish would do.
Right. And then, of course, anything that is not compatible with plants is just a complete deal breaker.
It automatically reduces points automatically, yeah.
Yep.
Mibunas they love plants. Mibunas, some of the South American cichlids, Severums would eat plants, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and if they don't eat them, they'll at least like just pull them out and drag them around.
Yeah, yep. Like geophagus don't necessarily destroy the plants. They uproot all the substrate.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. And then Oscars.
They'll chomp on it. They'll let it go. You said this with your rainbows. One of them will look at it. They'll try to eat it. They say, "Oh, I don't like this," but the other one will say, "Maybe I like it." So they go after it. And
yeah. They all got to sample it.
Yep.
Same thing with a big old fish turd that floats in the water. They all got to try it. Like, oh, this is poop.
Yep.
Well, maybe it's not. Let's try it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, rainbows are not very smart.
Guppies will eat poop. Live bears will eat anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, guppies aren't like those super smart fish either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can literally grab a handful of guppies from the mosh pit. I don't know if you can too.
See, I don't even put guppies on the intelligence spectrum at all. Like when I'm talking about smart fish, like they don't even count as like fish with a brain. So even though they're dumber than rainbows, rainbows are dumb just because I consider them fish with brains.
Yeah. Yeah. Like try to take a cup of water, put it into your mosh pit, try to fill that cup of water without getting any guppies in there. It's neither.
I try to do that all the damn time because I need to get tank water, and that's the most readily accessible one in the fish room. And it's like, God damn it, I want tank water.
The only way you can get very few fish is you drag the cup across like this. So if you have the cup, instead of scooping it like this, you go backwards and fill the cup up that way.
Yeah.
Usually you get very few fish. Usually. If you go like this, you're going to get something.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'll just put it right up at the outflow of the filter because they're not like...
They're dumb enough. They'll swim at the outflow every time. So I can't.
or
And
just
I
a
think
net.
for life, so I can't access them.
So, how do you feel about snails?
Snails are good. There's no you can't have a good ecosystem without a snail, unless you feed too much. And it's an indicator basically. It's like a
Mhm.
test strip. If you have too many of them, you're feeding too much, or you aren't taking enough out. So snails are a natural indicator to say you've got way too many organics. You're putting way too much food. You're not doing enough gravel backing. Um, and they eat they once in a while they'll eat algae. So they're positives on both ends. The only downside they had is if they're nerites, that they'll lay eggs on everything unless you get a male. So yeah, snails.
Yeah,
And I'm a friend of Annette. I can't, and Roxanne, I can't say I don't like snails.
that's the right answer. It was a test.
I memorized that basically. I don't even have a feeling for snails. I just have a piece of paper that I read off whenever I imagine.
I love snails like a hostage. Snails are great.
What you don't see is Annette's flown over in the 2 seconds they passed. She's standing right there and she's giving me looks. So
Oh yeah, I believe it. So pest snails, they're not really pests. They're more like just letting you know that that hey, maybe we don't belong here and maybe that's your fault.
Mhm.
Except Malaysian trumpet snails, I can't figure out why the hell they're in there. I'm not feeding them. I got
Now-
rainbows. I have big ass corridoras. I got loaches. I got an angelfish. There's no food left. Where are the
You're right,
seagulls coming from?
they're eating all the decaying plant matter that's in the substrate that you don't see, the dying roots and all that stuff.
Well,
Now, when you mentioned that you had snails, you said pest snails and Malaysian trumpet snails. Do you not consider them to be a pest?
oh no,
Well,
they are like the lowest of the low.
They breed faster than pest snails, but pest
Mhm.
snails, that's a common name for the snail itself, the pond snail, pest snail. I don't even know the scientific name. They both are technically pest snails because they proliferate so much. But yeah, another positive about snails, they're the easiest aquatic organism to take a photo of, apart from plants.
Low shutter speed.
Yep.
Don't need that much light.
Mhm.
You can get right up on them, macro mode. You know, like the only thing you got to worry about is if you get like if you spook them a little bit too much, they might close their little trapdoor thing, and yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed for that Snello video. I enjoyed filming the mystery snails because it's like, hey, y'all are easy. Y'all aren't rainbows. I don't have to I don't have to make sure the light is perfect and it's the right time of day, and that I'm not too close to the tank, and all that crap.
Hard and shake the glass a tiny bit to move the
Mm-hmm.
You can move the snail if it really bothers you that much. You can just move that snail to where you want it to be. You can't do that with a fish.
Yeah, you can stage a snail photo. Like
Yep.
you can
You can put a
compose.
snail on a snail on a snail on a snail. Make it look like they're riding each other.
Yep. Oh well. So what about mystery snails?
I love them. I don't have any. The water in this is too warm for a mystery snail, and in my preference, I like to keep them cool. None in the guppy tank either. Been a while. The only time I had mystery snails when I tried to keep them was when I was breeding them in a tank. I can't remember what size it was. I was trying to breed them. That's the only time I kept them dedicatedly. Otherwise, they were just. I would take some of the raisings and put them into tanks and let them grow as they grew. No dedicated feedings to them, but I like the look of them.
Now, what about you said that you don't have shrimp anymore because you didn't like the look of the shrimp you had. Is there a particular shrimp that you would like to keep?
Either wild types or a solid strain. I don't really like squirrel tanks that much because squirrel tanks, you have to keep the maintenance to keep wilds out. Well, in the long term. It's in a short term, it really doesn't matter. In the long term, I don't mind. See, when I'm saying this stuff, it makes it sound like I don't like a particular type of shrimp. I will keep anything, basically. If it goes in water, I'll keep it. But if I have the choice, I will prefer a wild strain or a complete established strain. But if I'm not given the choice and I have to keep one, I'll keep any of them.
So if you do want wild type shrimps, I have them because I had like a mix of cherries and blue dreams in one of my corridor breeding tank, and it's like spitting out all kinds. We got browns, we got clears, we got brownish clearish, we have kind of like a yellowish brown. So
We have some that are like almost marbled looking that were supposed to be culled with the bettas, and the betta
yeah,
doesn't want to eat
well,
them.
It
oh
depends.
yeah,
Placots go after shrimp more than the longer finned bettas.
yeah.
But even then, it matters on the individual betta itself.
So your alien betta, it's not shrimp compatible.
He is not shrimp compatible. I bought. Oh look, there's a piece of duckweed flying again. I didn't even know how that happens. There's no airflow. Do you see that piece of duckweed? But you can't see it. It's way too far. Okay. Anyway, no, he's
I will
not.
assume it's there though.
Huh?
I assume it's there because I have duckweed, and so I just assume that it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, yeah, this guy isn't shrimp compatible. I found our university has a local aquarium type display, and it had shrimp in there. I think they had yellows and oranges, yellow golds and oranges. So I took in 3 just to give a test before I would go out and buy anything, because you can ask them, they'll give you a small if you have a dorm tank. So I took in 3 and I put them in. They're not in there anymore. So yeah, he doesn't like shrimp.
Yep, because I have an alien betta.
I think he might love to eat shrimp.
Yeah, that's a good cold tank. But we have an alien betta that is totally fine. There's a very healthy, flourishing colony of like really nice quality cherry shrimp. Like I don't have any issue putting my good quality cherries in with that betta because he leaves them alone. But we've got 2 half moons. We have a mustard gas and a koi betta we got from Aquashella. And we did the shrimp test with both of them, and both of them tore up some shrimp. And so we thought, okay, this is gonna be our coal tank. But now they're not tearing up shrimp anymore. They just got sick of it.
Yeah, they in the beginning they're like, "Ooh, it's a new type of food," so they try to eat it. But then now they're sick of it. The pellets are more appetizing.
Hey, Alan.
There's more.
I haven't seen Alan around in a while. Oh, here we go.
Well, these are root cats, but yeah. And there's more.
Also, there's no such thing as too many containers.
There isn't. I save containers. These are, for example, this. It's a laundry detergent cap. This is useful for taking water out of your tank.
Yep.
Even especially the small one. Save them, don't throw them away.
Yep, and if your container is big enough, then it becomes a live food culture.
Or live food culture.
Or an aquarium, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I'm talking about the Tupperware stuff, I start putting grindle worms, and then I'll start raising vinegar eels.
Yeah. Have you ever cultured any live food?
Everything except for the different types of worms. Except for black worms and what do you call those? Not vinegar eels. I've had those. The other small eel the worms that you hatch in water, not. I like vinegar eels. I can't remember the name.
So not micro worms.
No, because those are.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know.
It was something. I had vinegar eels and another culture of worms that were growing. I've also done scuds, brine shrimp, daphnia. I tried bloodworms, but those things take forever to breed because they're mid-fly, right? So it takes like years for them to go from the bloodworm stage to a fly. And once they are a fly, it's so hard to contain them that it's near impossible to.
Oh yeah.
Again.
Do they have varieties that turn into wingless?
I think they do. The wingless fruit flies. I'm not. The ones I had were the regular midge-fly larvae. So.
Yeah, I thought there was a type of bloodworm that turned into a wing. I just buy frozen. I mean, I'm not
frozen freeze dried. Yeah.
I am not about to culture anything that turns into something else.
Because that's because you have 2 different environments to care for.
Yeah.
The aquatic environment and then the terrestrial environment. So yeah.
And Steven, you're allergic to bloodworms, correct?
A lot of people are. That's a very common thing to break out.
Do you know if you're allergic, Myrtle?
I have been praying every day that I don't develop an allergy to it. I've touched them enough that I would know by now. But if I do develop one, it'll be in the future. I'm thankfully not allergic to them right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you might not be allergic to them now, but it could happen
Work with it
anytime.
long enough to get them.
Mm-hmm. Anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do like the frozen ones. Freeze dried are okay. I mean, my
The problem with freeze dried, I have them, but the problem with them is you put them in the water. A few seconds later, everything gets out of the shell. That's the only thing that stays is the clear casing that the worm was in.
yeah, and some of the brands make the top of the water super oily and gross.
Oh,
I don't like that. And
My
there was a
sister
time.
is really bad for that.
Say again.
My sister, MYSIS.
Oh yeah,
Those
it's
things
like
will make an oil slick. Like it'll look like a tanker spilled on your tank.
yeah, it looks like they're already deep fried when you get them in the container.
They fry them. They fry them again. They put a butter sauce on them.
They look pretty appetizing. Yeah, my
That's
favorite freeze dried thing for fish is tube effects.
Oh yeah.
The cube, stick it to the glass.
Yep. It's fun to feed that. I used to do that with the Guppy tank at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll rip it right off there though. Mm-hmm. So you have, what is that? Bloodworms, and then the green stuff next to it. Freeze dried Daphnia.
Daphnia, brine shrimp cubes. There are other boxes of food. Oh, bug bites. See, these are full, but they're not actually full in the containers. I take out small bits. This is the only full container, like green pellets. That's the food.
Yeah. How often do you feed those betta pellets?
The betta pellets, he doesn't like them that much. I feed them once a week, probably.
Yeah, I don't really like to feed them. I don't know. I have this thing about feeding like super dry floating food to any fish. Like I just feel like.
Mm-hmm. That's why I don't feed them that much. I go with, even if I do feed either the extreme or the bug bites, I try to soak them a bit. I don't do that with colony tanks because they'll eat them faster enough. But with bettas, I find that he spits these out way more often than he spits the others out because he's trying to get these to soak before they go down.
Mm. Yep. I feed my bettas mostly grindle worms because the grindle worm culture in my fish room is just so easy. Like every couple of days, every few days, I'll just soak some dog kibble in water. And then that's what I'll feed the culture with. And I got all the grindle worms I really want to feed the betta. I feed the rasboras. I feed the batis. I feed most of my guppies, the nice ones in the quarantine tank. Very handy. It's just like keeps making its own food.
Yep. That's a benefit of live cultures. You never run out if you have any organic matter at home to feed the culture with.
Yeah, and honestly, I've stopped with the baby brine. I used to hatch baby brine every day, but like the grindle worms have gotten me really lazy.
Yeah, because you got to reset the brine every day, and so yeah,
worms basically, yeah.
And you used to always do it at dinner time, whenever I was trying to get food ready.
Well, see, that's the thing. You start the cycle where it's like you plant. I mean, you set up the Artemia blender at like 6 o'clock, and then you got to wait 24 hours, and then you harvest them. And so, of course, right after I harvest them,
I keep that cycle going.
Yep. And so it actually gets just a tad later and later every day until, I'm doing it at like 7:30.
But yeah, brine shrimp, for the amount you can hatch in the container, that's the only positive of brine shrimp, and the fact that fish go nuts for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and if you want to, if you are breeding something, I should probably consider doing that for my Cory tank, just to cloud the tank with, because I want to breed those Adolphois.
Mm-hmm. Just if you want to do that, I wouldn't put too much of the brine solution into the tank. I would wash out some or dilute it with water.
I always do. I strain it every single time. I don't bother with any of the brine solution.
It stuns the brine shrimp, and you're not putting too much salt into a tank, especially if you have plants. It's not going to do too good if you keep adding that salt in there.
Yep, and see, that's what I don't like. I don't like the uncertainty of like every now and then I'm just like dropping some salt water in there, and I'm not really. So I don't test my water as often as I used to because I have a routine where I always know what I'm putting in the water, so I don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm. As the tank ages, we all we're all guilty of it. We test less when the tank gets older and older because we
Mhm.
know if everything's going the same, the likeliness of something, a parameter changing really harsh is very low. Yeah.
I get lazy about making rapashi too, but I should.
I
But
think you
my
have some in the
plecos,
freezer.
yeah, I do for my plecos because that's what made me grow tired of making rapashi is my freaking plecos.
Yeah. They go nuts after Rapashi.
Yeah. And you said you would mix your rapashi with mashed up peas, right? Just
Peas, blended up duckweed, cauliflower, broccoli, anything. You can cut it with anything that fish can eat, basically. But mine was I had different recipes, but the one I used the most was a 1-to-1 peas and rapashi mixture. But then then after that I would add more rapashi based on the gelatinous. Like if it's not holding enough, I would add more rapashi. I start out with less and I add more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I'll just put it on a skewer, so I don't have to worry about where it's going in the tank. I skewer everything there. Just say no to shit factory plecos. Problem solved.
Yep. Bingo.
Yeah,
Do you like
it's
plecos, or are you completely anti-pleco like Kelly?
I like plecos, the smaller ones, if I'm keeping them in a tank with very thick plants. I don't hate plecos at all. I don't like the bigger ones. That's it. The monster plecos and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
The smaller designer plecos, I like the look of them. They're just way too expensive for my taste, but I do like the look of them.
See, people like Geek Boy and Kelly, they have so many sword plants. I understand the hatred for plecos because if I had a bunch of beautiful swords that make up a lot of my tank, I would be so pissed if a stupid pleco went in there and started tearing them up.
Yep. You even if you have a breeding tank of bristlenose or something in another tank and you use the same net and one of the babies or something gets caught in the net and then you move it over to the sword tank, in a few months you're going to see that pleco eat through the whole sword when it gets big enough.
Yep. I remember Jenna brought home a sword, an Amazon sword from the school tank at the end of the year, and I was just like, I'm going to feed this to the plecos. I don't have room for it. And eat it they did. Like it was nothing. It was a bunch of whatever you call it, the veins of the plants.
The fibers and the whatever you call the fiber stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's getting close to that time, isn't it? For the games.
Let's draw it out. We can. I really don't want you guys to eat that stuff. One of you are going to have to do it, but I really don't want to.
But we gotta get it out of the way.
What?
What if they get it out of the way?
Get it out of the way. Preston John says, my plecos eat bloodworms, green beans, and caviar. Man, I mean, that rapashi, that shit is quite expensive.
Expensive and potent. When you make it, that smell it releases. Because you're putting boiling hot water in there.
When I was making Snello, Annette was asking me how the smell is. I'm like, honestly, I mean, a little bit of spirulina smell, and that's it. Like compared to what some of the rapashi concoctions that I was putting together, the spawn and grow with the Soylent Green with the morning wood.
Yep, that's what stinks.
The
Community
what?
Plus is also a stinker. Community Plus, Soylent.
Yeah. Grub pie.
Yeah. Snello doesn't smell as much as those though. Yeah.
Yeah, at Snello, by comparison, it actually seems more like real food, just slightly more. You know, it's chunky. It kind of reminds me of like some sort of weird spinach casserole stew thing, and that's what I'm gonna think about if I have to eat this shit.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna play a game, and it's called Who Stocked It Better. So if you're new to this stream, the game is we have a certain tank size and we have come up with theoretical stocking options. Jenna has her own list. I have my own list. They are labeled as A or B. Every month we flip a coin to determine who will be A, who will be B. Nobody but us knows who is A or B. And the theoretical tank we are stocking this month is a 240 gallon which is a huge change from what we've been doing. I think the biggest
Yep.
we've stocked before that was maybe a 75.
Yeah.
And I
And
specified an 8-foot 240, just so you know.
you specified an
2 foot
8
by-
foot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
8 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot.
Yeah, I think so. That's what we went with, basically. And I gotta say, and also to keep it anonymous, we kind of have to go with fish that we normally would not go with. So it was really difficult for me not to be like, I want all the rainbows and all the corridoras. The end. Disclaimer: Snello is not made / created for human consumption, but safe for humans to eat.
Yes.
Okay.
And Myrtle, you know to put your choice in private chat.
Private chat. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. And then after that, I will do a poll to the audience to see which one they picked. So can you, whenever I share it, can you see, will you be able to read the screen?
Yeah, I'll just move over to the laptop.
So
Well,
we'll
you're
let
gonna
you read
read
the
it.
fish. No,
Okay.
because remember, unbiased inflection, right?
Okay. Yes.
I don't want to be calling out fish like, you got this one, and then you have this amazing tank. Okay. And all right, do I need to make it bigger or is that good?
That's fine.
All right, 240 gallon, go.
Tank number A, letter A, not number. We got 12 black lace angelfish, 100 sizzletail reservoirs, 30 smudge spot cories, 20 pineapple swords, and 25 orange zebra otters. Tank B, 8 butterfly goodiegs, 100 Bolivian orange lemon tetras, 50 purple harlequins, 150 pygmy cories, 20 zebra loaches. Okay, now I gotta think about this one. Let's see. Which one?
Then in private chat, you just
Yep. We got cories on both sides now. I'm trying to decide which one do I want.
you deciding just based on Corey's.
No, not just on cories, but I'm deciding on a whole lot of other factors. But I'm trying to see the tank in my own head, so I'm trying to see which one I would watch for a longer time.
See,
I have my vote down.
I told Kelly that she probably wouldn't like either one. And that's what makes it difficult, is because we have to go with stocking options that are completely against what we would do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've chosen your favorite one. All right, so I'm gonna poll.
Mhm.
Kelly already gave her answer. Neither.
Of course. But guess what? That is not a choice. It's A or B. Binary. Make your choice. It doesn't matter because Myrtle is already chosen. But let's just see if the audience agrees with Myrtle.
And I'm not going to say if I see a trend going or not, because that'll ruin everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right now it looks like it's 50-50.
50-50.
Almost. Oh, it is 50-50.
Let's see.
Empty 240. There's no logic to these plans. No, there is no logic. That's right. I felt like if it was too logical, it would tip our hand as to who's who.
Yep. I see. That's why. See, I was looking for logic, and that's what I was looking for. I was seeing which one of these is more logical. I would know who it would be if that were the case. But you guys did a pretty good job of making it look like there's no plan.
Yeah, we went with
Put your
fun.
hand in the hat, took out the fish.
Yep.
Made sure that the water parameters kind of work together.
We went with fun. Both of us just went total, just fuck it. That was the plan. Ow. My light just fell, and then it hit me in the head, and then it fell again.
Ouch.
I think the light probably disapproves of my stocking options as well.
I will say I would keep both of these tanks. So they are tanks that could happen in real life. I would keep both of them.
They're not impossible tanks. Like, we didn't go like, can't do it, this is not compatible, error. No, but I mean, Kelly's just bitching over there because there's no fucking rainbows in there. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kelly. I could not pick rainbows. I also wanted to put Pandagaras and Hillstream Loaches, and I was like, no, that would also make it obvious.
Yep.
So, wah. All right, how many votes do we have so far?
36 votes.
Yeah, 36 votes. Well, that's not even how many people are here. So I guess
the
most people
zebra
don't even
auto
want
list to B.
And get rid of what? The zebra loaches? Or just move them there?
Well, if you move them over there, you have an unbalance in the species of fish.
Yeah.
You have 5 of both, so you got to swap something.
Well, that's too bad, Kelly. Not your choice.
We're going to have Kelly up here, and we're going to stock it with just pleco tanks.
No, Kelly doesn't make content.
True.
This stream is for content creators.
Well, Kelly, you got to start making videos so you can come on to panel and grill Steven and Jenna for not choosing rainbows.
Oh man, it is so divided. Like B was ahead, and now A is ahead, and people are taking forever to vote, and that's very annoying because I'm sure people want to just see who's going to eat this damn Snello. But yeah.
See, I'm trying to gauge in between your voices who's more nervous, so I can figure out who did what, but it's not working.
Well, just
I mean, you already made the choice, so there's nothing to be nervous about. It's over.
Right. Why don't you just tell me who you think is A and who you think is B?
I think you, Steven, are A, and Jenna is B.
And let's see. Dee Dee thinks B is me, and she likes A better. So this is not nearly as bad as last month, where it was like pretty one-sided because I really phoned in the stocking. That like I don't know what I was thinking. Let's see. Peplin says B is Jenna. Yeah. Well, let's see. We got 52 votes. That's pretty good. And most people now, 55 votes, 55 to 45. So assuming we're not going to get too many, we have 60 people in chat, and we've got 57 votes now, 54 to 46. Well,
okay.
So,
does Myrtle want to say out loud which one?
Myrtle, you went with which one?
I went with the second letter of the alphabet. One before the third, one after the first.
Mm-hmm.
That's the letter B.
Mm-hmm.
This stream is brought to you by the letter B.
B.
And B means eat that Snello, bitch.
Yeah. Okay.
Jenna.
So we have dinosaur-shaped Snello.
I'll take a tiny portion of bug bites to make you feel a tiny bit better.
I don't know that it's going to make me feel better.
We'll
emotionally.
Okay.
I'm here for you.
I was told not to drink water after for
Yeah, just
a little
Wait, how
while.
long? How long do you not have to
I don't
water?
know. Yeah, just don't just chase it like you did last time with the algae wafer. You got to savor the flavor. Eh,
Okay.
The Popeyes don't really taste like anything.
really?
Nope.
What you think? It's got green beans in it.
It's really a lot of green beans. It's a weird texture. It's really
Yeah.
weird. Is it? No, it has an aftertaste though.
Uh-huh.
Okay. How long do I have to wait to?
You can go ahead and drink now. And you know what?
Mhm.
So Jenna did two things for me today. She brought a CO2, a 20-pound CO2 cylinder, and got it refilled for me.
Mhm.
And then she tried to get my phone fixed at the AT&T store. And
I see where this
just
is coming.
those two things are pretty amazing. And so just to be a supportive husband.
Mm.
This is pretty gross.
Is it worse than the Rapashi?
No, it's not.
No.
It's not
Okay,
at
good.
all.
I'm glad I
Not even close. Like,
use that.
it's got a weird aftertaste. It's got a weird texture to it. But that Rapashi was just
It's the aftertaste for the Snello. It's like it doesn't feel that bad. It's really weird. And then whenever it was all dissolved, it was like, oh, that's the insect taste.
the insect taste. Yeah, I forgot there are bug parts in there. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I'm done with that.
Okay. Okay. But now it's over.
Yeah, well, hold on.
What's next on the menu? What are you eating next?
What?
I told you guys to give 2 stockings, so you guys have to eat another thing for the second one.
Wait, 2 stockings? What are you talking about?
What? I asked you guys to do a 14-gallon. See, I'm making this on the spot right now. Now you have to stock a 14-gallon cube and eat again if I choose it again.
No, sir. That was not the deal. You gave us a choice, and it took me long enough to figure out how to just throw some random shit that worked in a 240 and also keep it to 5 species.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Roxanne. Fuck no.
That'll.
It's gonna be so dry. It's like it's so powdery.
Do you have liquid?
I do have liquid, but I want that liquid to be refreshing.
Well, you can put the Daphne in the water. I see you have a water bottle. You can put some in. Bake and Daphne.
No.
Daphne.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about this? If we get 5 more likes to this video, Steven eats Daphne.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
I would rather see you all unsubscribe. I don't give a fuck.
Where do I click?
It's your loss. You won't get notifications when I finally post some content.
Well, you have to save that Daphnia for another punishment.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of scared of that. I think the texture might get to me. Okay.
Well, it's freeze dried. Is it just going to be like little granules?
Yeah, it's granules. It's going to be like eating breadcrumbs.
Yeah, just like breadcrumbs for sure. Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you can get notifications from fishfam.link. Only for live streams, though.
True.
Unless you're implementing something for videos. God, there's still bits. Still bits in my mouth.
Yeah, I know. Oh, here you go. This is how we do it. I'm sure you would love that,
Mm.
Steven.
Yeah,
Brian,
you know how I love yogurt, plain yogurt.
It's gonna mask the taste.
Mix it in.
Yogurt's gonna mask the taste. Water brings out the flavor of the chocolate.
Yes.
Yogurt's gonna mask it. Yogurt's got enough fat in there to hold down the taste.
Hey, let's move on to a game that doesn't taste gross and gives people the potential to earn points that don't matter because Myrtle has 22 goddamn points.
But Myrtle can't get any points this time.
Well, there's only an opportunity for what, 4 points, 5 points today? Or,
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, Kelly, I just don't like plain yogurt. I like my yogurt to have like cartoons on it and extra sugar. That's my kind of yogurt. Okay, this game is called Match Game, where we say something in relation to Myrtle. He has to fill in the blank. He fills in the blank in private chat. You, as chatters, have to guess what he's thinking, and what he's thinking might be realistic, logical, or it could be straight off the wall silly. So, yeah, it's a guessing game. All right, and Jenna will be asking the or making the statements with the blank. And then chat will be guessing as Myrtle writes his answer in private chat.
Yes. According to Myrtle, the best fish food to keep on hand is blank.
Can it be more than one word?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, good Lord.
I don't know that.
I'm trying to keep my points high, which is why I put something that no one.
Yeah, he's going to make it impossible.
Just for the first one, I'm trying to make it more obvious for the next one.
Goodness gracious. So just out of curiosity, Myrtle, what was the clincher for B? Like, what made you go with B?
The pygmy cores. That 150 pygmy cores. It's one of those things where if you see it, there's nothing that compares to it.
I knew it. That's why I was confident. I didn't give a shit about anything else I put in there. I was like, nobody can say no to 150 of any kind of Cory.
Yep.
Well,
And a pygmy Cory swimming around the water column in a big ass confident group. I mean, that's all you really need in that tank, honestly.
Like you can take everything else out of there. Those pygmy cores were.
I could have just said 250 pygmy Cories, and that would have been it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no one's even close.
No one.
The problem is people are. I mean, people are like you are guessing food.
Yep, they're guessing things that fish can actually eat.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to think more about like what fish think they can eat, especially when maybe you're like doing tank maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Matt sucks.
I bet your pandagaras have eaten this.
Probably so. If they only had like sharp enough teeth. Antelope, fingers, loose algae, hands, fingers, siphon.
We're getting close now.
Yeah. Okay, we're getting skin. We're getting close.
Yeah.
Mome, poop, detritus,
fingernails.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be fun to eat?
Oh.
Boom.
Yep.
What kind of hair, though? Just for anyone who also wants a point. Boom. Yeah. Arm hair.
Very best.
All right.
Beaks.
I think we're going to give Beaks a point, and we're going to give Mary Beth 2 points.
Especially if you got rainbows and guppies. Those things.
I used to have a gourami that would go after me like that too.
Oh, I've had angels do it too.
Oh God, angels! A big old angel that might actually be kind of painful.
Well, they don't do it much when they're older because they don't like your hand. But when they're young, if you breed them, you got a whole bunch of them. they'll come to your arm, especially because they've got bubbles, so it's shiny, so the eagles come towards it when you put your hand in for the first time. The bubbles and then the hair flowing around makes it look enticing. So.
Does Steven have to eat arm hair now? It's probably better than the.
Probably, yeah, I was gonna say that probably tastes better than that. But no.
I actually don't have a lot of arm hair, or it's very light, so you can't really see it. I was just searching for Mary Beth in my list, and instead of writing Mary Beth, I wrote arm hair. There we go. 2 points for Mary Beth. There we go. All right.
Okay. The next question. In Myrtle's opinion, the worst genre of music is blank.
Okay, well, this is an easy question because everyone probably knows the answer.
We'll type it. See. Because I'm pretty sure maybe if they watch the Focus On, I think that was a topic of discussion.
It was, but I changed my answer from that. I don't remember the answer I gave at that time, but I think I changed it because I started listening to. I started listening to more.
Oh.
Oh, I should put my answer in the chat. There we go.
Yeah, you should. There we go.
I forgot to press enter.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I got to scroll up. We had a bunch.
Okay, because I see the answer, but I gotta make sure that nobody else.
So, rap, country, fish rap. Eric, bitch.
Geek Boy gave
let's see. Geek Boy said classical first.
Was Crypt Keeper.
Crypt Keeper. And okay, so we're gonna give Dee was right there. So they both give it. And I think I'm gonna also give it to Jake because Screamo is basically the subgenre of it. So yep. All right, so we got Geek, Dee, and Jake.
No, you have Crypt Keeper.
Oh, sorry. Geek said classical. I was about to give him a point for saying bad things.
I found that one funny. Jokes on you all. I actually don't listen or like classical music at all. I do it out of punishment. I write it off. I don't listen to any.
All right. Dee. I don't have Dee on the list. Is this her first point?
She said I finally got a point.
Good job, Dee. And I think this is Jake's first point too.
Yay. Awesome.
Ian wants to know what kind of music you do listen to. Like, I guess for fun.
For fun, if I do listen to music, I don't listen to a lot, but if I do listen to music, it's mostly going to be classical, blues, ragtime. Anything, I don't listen to anything without lyrics. If it goes on, I don't go out of my way to skip a song if it's in a playlist. Unless it's foul language, I usually turn off because usually songs with foul language are way too upbeat and fast for my liking. Because I try to analyze the music as I listen to it, and that type of music is too fast to really process and analyze. And try to find
so someone was mentioning fish rap or Steven's rap, so I think that might also qualify.
No, I actually enjoyed that because it's not fast. It's not insanely fast. I actually like the way you perform that stuff. The Guppy rap, the Duckweed one. There's what was the other one? I think that's the only two that I watched. Yeah. I don't know if you've done a third.
Oh, Steven blue screened. He's gonna come back. But we can do the next question, which says the hardest part about keeping aquarium plants is blank.
That's my answer.
Let's see. Okay. We have a close answer, but not quite.
Yeah. We've got one that's very close.
Stephen is eating all the fish food. No.
I see an answer that I like, but I like mine more.
Which answer do you like?
I like Geek Boy's answer, having space for them, because that is true for someone with plant collectoritis. Once you start getting into plants, you start running out of space to keep them.
Yeah, blue screen.
There you
I'm gonna have to actually keep this stupid thing apart and figure out what's wrong because that's no.
I guess you just have to build a new computer.
Okay. Did Myrtle answer?
Yes, it's in the private chat.
Can you type it again? Because I don't see it.
Sure.
I typed before I came back.
Oh, but Mary Beth got it. Mary Beth wants all the points today.
Whoa! Good job.
Awesome. Does Mary Beth know what I'm going to give an answer to? For two of the questions.
I don't know.
Yeah, spot on too. I mean, okay.
I mean,
Your
she was
window
only
for Mary Beth.
one word off.
Hmm?
She was only one word off from what I guessed.
Okay. Oh, okay, Mary Beth, point.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This will be the last question.
Is this the fourth one? Didn't you have a total of 5? Or
I do have a fifth one if we want.
yeah, we can do a fifth one.
Okay. So this one says Myrtle's favorite mispronunciation of his name is blank.
Can I spell it? Is a better question.
Yeah, just phonetically spell it.
Yeah, you can probably do that. Merdua. Never heard that one.
We're just gonna get a lot of
Medea.
People are gonna just type in the name the way they put my name in usually, and just put spaces in between them. That's basically how to make pronunciations.
I don't know if I've ever heard this one.
I haven't heard it in the fish fam. This was from a teacher of mine from a long time.
Oh no. Mr. Duel, Mr. Idol.
People are guessing the way Dan says my name. I actually like that one. That's
Mr.
not one
Idol.
of my most hated ones.
Okay, my riddle. Myrtle. That's correct though. Small M. Okay, I like that one.
M, that's a good one.
Stefan. Mridul. Drool. Myrtle. Do you see anything that's like even remotely close to
I've been looking. There's none so far.
Myrtle?
Mandrill.
Marduli. Hey kid. Metal. Remember from her?
Ricky.
I see one that might be a little close.
Yeah.
That's the closest we're gonna get to, I think.
Okay, you want to call him out? Call it out.
I see Ian saying, "Oh, I lost it. Where was it?" I can't say it anymore. There we go. Yeah. But the one I'm talking about, I'm going to put it in the chat and say it as well, so that people can try to pronounce it. A teacher of mine, when I was in fourth grade, looked at the roster, and this is what she tried to say. Maradurio. Well, Muradorio was what she said.
Yeah, I think Annette's pretty damn close too. Murdrural. I mean, just an extra R there, but like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you think Ian and Annette are probably
the closest.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you even correct your teachers, or were you just like, whatever?
Well, I wouldn't have corrected, but I accidentally laughed, so she knew that was wrong.
Has anyone ever gotten your last name wrong? Just because like the extra H at the end as a throw off?
I've heard a couple singes, but other than that, people they get it pretty right most of the time.
All right.
See, as a teacher, whenever I see a name that's not like a very common, easy to pronounce name, I ask the student on like the first day, how do you pronounce your name?
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess my name was always mispronounced too. So instead, like, I don't know, it feels kind of disrespectful to just not care enough to find out.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I never do that to another person, but I'm fine if it's done to me. I don't mind if people say my name wrong, but I will go to the end of the world to try to get your name right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to call someone Muradorio or something like that. Or Stefan.
So the funny thing is, I had very, very rarely encountered anyone calling me Stefan until Fish Fam.
Fish Fam. We like to make jokes with each other. That's probably why.
Well, I mean, but like there were legit mispronunciation. I think the first person who mispronounced it was Corey. He still does too, and I'm not sure if he's aware that he does or if it's a joke now, but he still does. And let's see, I believe Dan did it initially. Yeah, there's a few, and then other people actually got confused. They weren't sure if it really was Stefan, and now people just call me Stefan. And I think it is what it is.
And yes, every single teacher called me Gina when they read my name on
See, that's
the roll.
fucked up to me.
It does, yeah. Like there's two ends. There's very low, like
yeah.
Two ends. There usually you don't have an elongated vowel at the beginning of it. So I find that. Yeah.
I mean, it also starts the exact same way as Jennifer, and nobody says like Jennifer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe somebody does.
But you know, that's something too that in Fish Fam, it's kind of the opposite of Steven. Nobody has mispronounced my name, like even whenever it's the first time I type in a stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last one?
Last one. So it's the other classic one. Myrtle had a fish keeping nightmare. When he woke up, he was relieved that blank did not happen.
Interesting. I had a friend that hated to be called Steve, so I always introduced him as not Steve. I'm okay with Steve. I mean, not too many people ever call me that, but like, doesn't matter. Snail's eating his music notes. My snail is eating the notes off the page. It's turning half notes into whole notes. Stop eating the stems of my notes.
Yeah, I've had problems like that happen though. When I write my music out by hand first, and there was a time when I this was a long time ago, I was trying to explore into fountain pens and everything. So the inkwell tipped over onto the piece of paper. that only happened once, and I've gone back to pencil and ballpoint pen from then. I do collect fountain pens. I don't use them for writing music anymore. So it's the other issue, not having stuff taken off the page, but adding clutter onto the page. That's happened to me. I spilled water. I spilled coffee. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't just go straight to the score.
Muse score, yeah.
Muse score, yeah.
For some things I do, but for the most part, I try to write everything out by hand. At least the melody and some things I want to put in together. I don't write it in proper music notation. I just they're basically things. I just pull stuff out of my brain and put it on the paper so that I can put it into the software to make sure that it sounds correct.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Like, just the lag time between your brain and the paper is a lot lower than when you have to like put a note on the thing. So. Totally get that. So your answer is kind of a two-parter, just to give a hint, because I'm seeing things that are like
get
half
part of it.
Right.
Yeah, I see both answers, but yeah.
Right.
Well, again, for the music thing, one other thing that makes a difference in whether I write it on paper or on a computer, the number of instruments. And because if you have more instruments, there are multiple voices that you're going to be using. There's going to be a melodic voice, and there's going to be a harmony and everything. So with that, I try to I do more on the computer than on paper. If it's just a quartet with 4 different lines, or if it's a solo, then it's going to be on paper mostly, because there's not much to keep track of at one point. You don't have to keep track of when you don't have to align everything on paper if it's just a couple voices.
Yeah.
Homework on the tank. Fish passing a doobie. So has anyone else ever had the dream where you open the lid of your tank and your fish like fly out and fly around the room like bugs? I've had that dream several times.
I've had it. Yeah. What fish was yours in your dream? Or
I think it was a Cory. I don't remember. Was what?
I don't know why. Mine was Ember Tetras. I don't know why, but it was Tetras. The school came out. They were in a V formation. Well, I think they were. I can't remember the dream very clearly anymore. But I opened the lid to feed them, and basically, if you open them, and they were waiting, and they came out of the tank, which is what I envisioned.
So they were like making a V, like they were gonna fly south for winter.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that was a dream at least. I don't remember my dreams very much, but that sounds like what it was.
Okay, so are we gonna go back up and give 2 people a point, like someone who got 1 point, one half of it?
Yeah,
I think that would be fair. Yeah.
All right, so I'm looking for, if we're gonna do that, I'm looking for a specific thing. Like, so let's start with crown tail. It's actually not quite there.
Saw a more specific answer.
Where?
That this one might use a very specific word.
Yeah. So just, it doesn't get both parts, but I see what you're saying there. I think we'll give Geek the point for that.
But it's not about the toe.
Right. Water on the floor, fish jumpers. Okay, heater failure. Overdose of ferts. His plant's melted. No. So did you see the other one?
I haven't seen.
I haven't seen. I'm going back up to make sure I didn't miss it.
Let's see. No more pens left. Someone took all the batteries. For what? What kind of battery operated things are we talking about here?
Well, if it's Matt that gave the answer, then we know what it's talking about.
I mean, Bex is all over it, except she's missing one key verb. It's about the plants. It's not that they were killed.
It is a very animated.
Yeah. So I'm going to also give Annette a point because fish escaped the tank. Had nothing to do with his homework.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with eating.
Nothing with eating here.
Yeah. Pinching your stash. Yeah. Damn fish. 8 is Mr. P.
I gave hard answers. People are taking long to guess.
Yeah.
Should have thought of something else.
Carnivorous plants. Nope. Yeah, nothing to do with eating, like Jenna said. So I'm giving. So the first part of the answer is that his fish walked away, just straight up walked away. So we got to get the other. Got to get the other half. Not only did his fish walk away. Got it.
Finish the sentence.
These dreams are too hard. I know, Kelly. Dreams are so messed up. You never know what you're gonna dream about.
I don't know. Would it be a nightmare if your fish are changing their own water?
I sure as shit wish they would now because I'm behind.
That would be a dream, not a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Just have them change their own water. Wouldn't that be a dream?
Boom.
There we go.
Next side.
Yeah. Good job, Big C's. All right.
Okay. Do you have your wheels ready?
Do I got my wheels? I can get a wheel. Let's see.
And then are you going to be asking, do you have similar water parameters at your dorm and at your house?
Don't matter. He can give.
Is considerably harder than the water I have at home. My water at home is fair. It's not soft. It's a bit more than soft. It's a bit hard. But this is really hard water. If I put a test in it, it comes out dark purple. Yeah.
That's ironic that the guppies are in the softer water.
Yeah, and the bed is the hard water. And apparently he hasn't had an issue with the hard water. But the guppies they don't have any problem with the soft water either. And I have stratum in there, so it buffers the KH and everything down as well. In that tank.
Okay, so it doesn't matter which which one do you know the most parameters about, or which one do you want to go with? It doesn't matter to me. So let's go to the wheel. This will determine whether we're going to have a giveaway. Does the wheel like Myrtle's water parameters or not? We got to go to, I have to start with the regular wheel for it to work for some reason. There we go. So we will start with pH, right?
Yes, pH.
It's been a month.
What is...
Oh, okay. What is your pH of whatever tap water you want to go with?
Okay, I'm gonna wait till the wheel stops spinning.
It's not gonna. That's just kind of the way it works before you start spinning. So we're gonna be here all night.
This one is about 7.2, 7.3, somewhere around there.
7.2, 7.3. Okay.
So that's from the 7.1 to 7.5.
Yes.
This one doesn't make any noise.
6.6 to 7.0.
Wrong.
Okay,
Next.
so now we're looking at GH.
Yes.
The GH for this tank is, hold on, just to make sure I have it. The GH in ppm it's over 300.
Oh my God.
Yeah, really hard. Like it's off the charts on the GH meter. I can't register what it is actually.
That is guppy-tastic.
Yep. Guppy, cichlids. It's perfect water for cichlids.
Oh yeah, Kenny E come in. What's up, Kenny?
Mhm.
Hey, Kenny. Wow. Total opposite. Yeah, I would like that one.
Hey Kelly, the point of this game is fuck you. Next.
Okay.
The point of this game is to determine, are we going to have a giveaway? Because if the wheel doesn't land on the right things, we don't have a giveaway. Okay?
And also, we
Yeah.
want to encourage people to know their water parameters.
Mm-hmm. Because if you didn't know, we wouldn't even spin the wheel. You have to move on to the next one. What's your KH?
The wheel is not giving us good odds. I'm going to stick with this thing, just even still. The KH on this one is about 3 degrees. No, 2 degrees.
Oh, well, no wonder your plants look nice.
Yep, low KH. That's what does it.
All right, less than 3 degrees is what we're going for.
Yeah.
And that's
That
the
wheel has
purpose
music.
of this game. See? It all has a reason. So, what are we giving away, Jenna P?
I believe it is a
Live tasting.
sunshine.
The winner gets to watch Steven and Jenna eat another piece of Snello.
No, we don't have
No,
any. It's still in the freezer. Winner, Snello dinner.
It's a sunshine pleco plush.
A sunshine pleco.
Mhm.
Look at it swim by. Okay. Well,
It's coming for all the Amazons. Well, no, this is probably. Is it a hypensistrus or an ancistrus?
probably a hypensistrus.
Probably that can be they're small.
So it's just coming for meat.
I thought we established this, Kelly, what the reason was, but all right. So, what would you like the hashtag to be, Myrtle?
Oh, I have to choose?
Yeah.
Musical fish. Musical tanks. Let's do musical tanks.
Musical tanks. Okay. Stuffed shitty shit factory. Pleco. Hashtag musical tanks. Good luck, people typing on mobile.
Yep. Oh, true. See, as a mod, I usually try to make sure that the host makes a good hashtag and doesn't do bad spelling.
Look, we already have our first fuck up. Good job, Gardens. Mustical tanks.
You could, like, I don't know, where did you type it? Here you go, so that people can see how to spell.
How to spell musical and tanks?
Yes.
Muscular tanks. Fail.
Oh, for the mods out there, if you're on a computer, to make sure to see if you can find the misspells easy, do a find on the page and put hashtag musical tanks in there, and then whatever is not highlighted that's been spelled wrong.
I mean, except for the other like chats that's going on in here. But yeah, it would be helpful. Man, I am like hardly ever on a PC. Every time that I have to do a mod thing, I find I'm on the freaking phone, and so I have to do a bad job of modding.
Hold on, I'm trying to plug this in. Hopefully it didn't cut off.
No, it didn't. Okay. Do you have Nightbot open?
Yeah, that's what. Otherwise, why would I even come up with a hashtag? That would be really stupid of me. I can't believe you think that way about me. Good night, Daniel. Kelly, you should at least be wearing your tiara if you're not going to be a mod.
Yeah.
True.
We just need to keep
Nice.
pushing for Kelly to be a mod on
Solidarity.
Bentley's stream.
Yeah.
I for it, yeah. Get Kelly to be a mod. Bex to Beak was hesitant. Let's get Beak and Kelly to be a mod.
Yes, they were hesitant. That would be the way to describe it. They weren't like kicking and screaming, like, I don't want to be a mod.
Yeah.
The problem is Bex thinks she has responsibilities when she's a mod. Like, she tries, and I appreciate that. But if you're gonna start collecting wrenches, you're gonna have to scale it back. You're gonna have to manage expectations. Myrtle tanks. Oh, Kelly's lying in bed in her tiara.
Well, at least she's wearing the tiara.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, do you want to say stop?
And we have 30 eligible users, and Annette has some instructions for Myrtle.
You gotta use that. Well, if I did that and if you won, what are the I'll do
Shenanigans.
Everyone gets this.
Okay.
Gift. Every one of you.
I think Annette caught it before it got to anyone else. Let's see, 30 eligible still. Okay, well, I believe it's time to say stop. And then of course hashtags are rolling. Hey, I'm late. What are you giving away? Hashtag mustical tanks. All right. I'll do a roll call, just in case there were some misspellings as I add these names.
Don't forget to change Beck's name to Beaks or Beaksies.
Did you enter, Myrtle?
I did not.
Oh, did you want to enter?
Sure, I'll enter.
All right. Oh. Is it too late to enter the content? I don't know. Let's see how many of his other accounts are in there first. Myrtle is a heartbreaker.
I know. I'm doing something. She did mod work.
What? What did she do?
She timed Matt's other account. Fishtube.
Oh, now that's some good mod work. I like that.
That was Kelly.
Good job, Kelly. You earned that tiara for the week.
Don't forget to manually add Myrtle.
Maybe Myrtle should manually add the hashtag. Okay, like, he's not special. Got you.
All right, I put a hashtag in.
Mustical, thanks. Okie dokie. Okay. Manual Myrtle. So, yep, we got 31 eligible. Here's a quick roll call. Alishon, Atkins, Beaksies, Bunny Viper, Crowntail, Danikin, Debbie Holding, Dreamfish Keeping, Eric Wyrock, Fishymon, Foxy, Freaky Fish Lady, Geek Boy, Gina's Reef, Hippie John, Jennifer Weaver, Liquid Zoo, Mark Sterlson, Mary Beth, Melissa, Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics, Mississippi Hippie, Mr. Idol, Gardens, Only Oscars, Patrick Hardy, Peplin, PNW Aqua, Ricky DeHoya, Snoochie Booch, and Terry's Tropical Tanks. So I'll give you like another 10-ish seconds. If you didn't hear your name, that means you didn't enter the hashtag, right? And then I will spin.
Did you see Ricky's?
Minstrel tanks.
Happy
14
early
more
birthday,
minutes.
Peplin.
How old is Brian now? Put his age on blast. Okay, well, hashtag Team Detritus. And with that, I'm gonna spin. Eric. Oh, Snoochie, are you being nice to the wheel? I don't know if that's good. I don't know about that, Richard.
Richard's
Yeah. Eric, gone. Gone.
But at least he was on the wheel.
Oh, Gardens. Oh, didn't blow her a kiss.
I hear in chat, and I did one for everyone. Technically, Annette did get 160 something of a gift. I don't know how many people are in.
Mr. Idol.
And that's what you get for not blowing her a kiss specifically. Mark Sturlson. And there goes Matt. Oh, there goes Beaksies. And there goes Melissa. Man, this wheel is just like getting it all out the way. There goes Jake. Crown tail. How old are you, Brian?
So wait, he said 48 now. So is he 48 now and 49 in 11 minutes?
Or is he 47 now and 48 in 11 minutes?
Atkins Nature Aquariums.
Eakins.
You know what men love? They love whenever you round up and just like.
It's pretty close
Steven's
to 50.
Like 40.
Yeah, if you round up.
Mississippi Hippie Fishies.
Mississippi Hippie. Sorry, Sherry. Jennifer Weaver.
Fishymon 64.
Fishymon. Mary Beth.
Terry's Tropical Tank.
Terry.
Patrick Hardy.
Patrick Hardy.
Bunny Piper.
Rabbit Snake. Geek BOI.
Freaky Fish Lady.
Freaky Fish Lady.
Switchy Hooch.
It didn't work,
he's-
Richard.
Snoochie Booch. It worked for a little bit, but it was just waiting.
Gotta do a little bit more next time.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
T&W Aqua.
Sorry, Ryan.
Zeppelin Creek Aquatics.
Sorry, Brian. Not your birthday yet.
Only Oscars.
Sorry, June. But good news for June is you got plants going out this week. So
Awesome.
a lot of y'all do. Harvesting that plant farm.
Hippie Jockey Fisherman.
Hippie John.
Ocean S.
Allison.
Foxy's Fishes.
And Foxy. Whoa, same song in a row.
That should be illegal.
Yeah.
They should change.
I don't know. Randomization is that. Debbie Holding. Final four: Gina's Reef, Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics, Danikin, and Ricky Doyas. Alrighty.
Ricky Doyles.
There goes
That's a-
Ricky.
Danny Ken Aquatics.
Danikin Aquatics. All right, it's going to be Gina's Reef or Misfit.
Gina's Reef.
Sorry, Gina's Reef. Congratulations, Brennan. I
Yeah.
think I already have your address.
Yeah, because didn't Eduardo donate the one and only time he'll ever win on
That
the
is
wheel?
correct. That is correct.
He did.
And what the hell are you doing, Myrtle? You're modding?
Well,
You had that shit ready to go.
yeah.
Like you're faster than the people who were like not actually on panel. Damn.
I've got a Google Doc with everything ready for.
Oh, look at that. Look
Oh,
at
we
that.
I'm trying to, but
Yeah.
I think you
was trying to
clicked the
click
same
too.
button.
Mm-hmm.
So
Awesome.
Gina's Reef, we need your address.
Awesome. Very nice of you, Brennan. Gina, email me at stephenp2003@fishfam.link with your mailing address, and I'll get that out to you. Well, oh, goodness gracious. I am tired and got work in the morning. What about you?
Me or Jenna?
Both of y'all.
I mean, I have work in the morning too.
I've got classes, but
Mhm.
What is your earliest class on a Wednesday?
on a Wednesday, the earliest one starts at 7:50. Hold on. 7:15.
Oh,
Yeah.
What classes are you taking this semester?
They're mostly computer science classes.
Nice.
Yep.
Can you imagine if, like, right now, as people are leaving, we said, let's just give away $100 Dan's Fish gift card right now? Imagine that.
Yep. Your attendance has increased by.
And in order to win that $100 Dan's Fish gift card, the hashtag, I don't know, Dan's Fish. That's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Hashtag Dan's Fish.
Check your spelling, folks.
Spell Dan right, for God's sake. I mean, come on. And the eligibility populates. Do. Alrighty. So what time is your first class tomorrow?
7:15.
That's
About 7 hours from now. It's not that
Oh,
bad.
good Lord. Well, yeah, we'll have to. It's not case sensitive, Brennan. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not case sensitive.
Yep. Found out I'm only 5.5 hours from Dan's Fish. Anyone going to the grant? If I was 5.5 hours, I would consider it.
I would too. But I'm not 5 now. I'm not close.
no. Yeah, that's Richard. That's not us. We're way more than
Yeah.
5.5 hours.
Most like, yeah.
He's in Wyoming. Not sure where in Wyoming. I don't remember I know it's like a very small town.
Wherever it is, there's a creek nearby that they're using the creek.
There's no easy flights there either. Yeah, so like where's the nearest airport if you were gonna go there? Geek Boy says, I'm thinking going to the opening. Nice. Yeah, that would be cool to get a tour of that facility.
What's most interesting is the filtration system that they've got in plan for the water going back out.
I know, yeah, really cool. Okay, let's see. We got 26 eligible. I mean, it's getting late, so I am not going to. I'm not going to like let people just trickle in here. It's you got about maybe 20 seconds before I say stop, and then I'm going to start entering names. I'm going to do a really quick roll call, just make sure nobody's left off, and that's it. The end. Mm-hmm. All right. Yep. And now it is time to say stop. Stop. Mm-hmm. Stop. Here we go.
Okay.
Sean. And
Eric has a tiara on too.
really, is it uncomfortable? Is this one just like squeezing my brain right now?
Here,
Really bad.
Dara, when you did your Hey Fishtube, that would have.
Yeah. Just because you guys are. Thank you, Brennan. $5 super chat. Yeah, Eric, pictures or it didn't happen.
I know.
Oh my god.
He
Oh
said it's
man.
for a 2-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that's not comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, the one you're wearing is
I
also
brought
for
that.
a child.
A 2-year-old though, right? Not for a toddler.
You know, if I had planned in advance when I went home last week, I could have brought the tiara that my sister has. That would have been something.
Was she in a pageant?
No, she had for Halloween one year. She wanted to be a princess, but she didn't she didn't go to Halloween that year, so she just kept the uniform completely in its packaging. So I could have snapped the tiara.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna do a roll call and then we're gonna spin. Alishon, Eakins. Also I got notice because she can't be at the computer because she has a good excuse. Her mother just came into town, but she's there. She's just preoccupied. And then yeah. You don't need a reason. Just to have it.
And it's past midnight, so happy birthday, Brian.
Happy birthday. 48 or 50-ish, approximately 50 years old. Happy birthday, Brian. Okay. And we're spinning.
Ricky Doyles.
And there goes Ricky.
Atkins Nature Aquariums.
And Eakins.
Beaks.
And there goes Beaks.
Kelly Foreman.
And Kelly.
Hashtag I am a snail.
I
That's a
got it
name.
right. That's good. Good job. Good job, Wheelbot.
Awesome. I was not expecting to see that.
No.
Fishing on 64.
There goes Fishymon.
Eli.
Geek BOI.
Manes. Tails. Fur and fins.
Hanes, Tails, Fur, and Vince.
I didn't even see Jess in here.
She's been lurking. She always lurks, remember? She's everywhere.
Just as
You just assume that she is here because she is.
Yeah.
This is like her prime water change time.
I know.
I hope
she's
you're
always
feeling
there.
better. Yeah, she had the dental surgery and she's been out pretty much all last week and the beginning of this week. But I think we're doing members only morning show tomorrow. So hopefully she's feeling a good bit better. There's Jennifer Weaver,
Foxy's Fishes.
Foxy,
Definitely Greek aquatics.
and directly
Yeah.
after Foxy is Peplin. Ah, man.
Mary Beth.
well,
Mary Beth.
together when they
She said, yes, she's changing water and doing the members only.
Molly Vibrant.
Uh-huh. I knew it. Water change. Midnight water change. Rabbit Snake.
Gina's Reed.
Gina's Reef.
Mississippi Hippie Fishies.
Mississippi Hippie Fishies.
Eric Wyrock.
Eric.
PNW Aqua.
B&W Aqua.
Green Fish Keeping.
Dream Fish Keeping.
Oceaness.
Alshnaz. Go mow that lawn. 10 o'clock at night.
Golden.
Debbie Holding.
Patrick Hardy.
Patrick Hardy.
Only Oscars.
Only Oscars.
Snitchy Booch.
Snoochie Booch. All right, Final Four. Misfit again in the Final Four. Danikin again in the Final Four. Ricky Fish Lady and Hippie John.
Danny Ken Aquatics.
There goes Danikin.
Freaky Fish Lady.
There goes Holly.
Ricky Chunky Fisherman.
Holy
Oh
shit.
my goodness.
Holy
It
shit.
is.
That has never, ever happened. Sorry, Hippie John. That is some good ass karma right there, Brennan. Wow.
Indeed.
Wow.
Brennan, do you want this one?
He did say he was going to keep this one.
Wow. All right. I don't know if I have your email address. So just send me your email and we'll get that out to you this week. And with that, we say good night. Thank you to our awesome mods and our chatters, and thank you to the super chatters and our members as usual, and lurkers and the replay crew, and a special thank you to Myrtle for coming up and joining us and having this exclusive post Rico appearance.
Yeah.
And now you are open to whoever else. I don't care. You're out of the contract, so you can go on any panel. You can go slum it with somebody else. How about your not awesome mods? Yeah, okay, y'all are fine too. Thanks for being here and being blue. All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.